All right, it's time for another Fibble. This is the game that's just like Wordle, but on every row, one of the clues is a lie. Starting us with the word laity, which is interesting. AIT, something like that would be good. Then new letters. We can't do plate. We could do await, which would be interesting because we've got the double A, which is good for looking for contradictions, and we didn't get a contradiction there, but we do know one of the T's is a lie, so there's no A, and there is an I. So, we could do something like this, and then new letters. Can we do twixt? Yeah, okay. Well, one of the W's is a lie, one of the T's is a lie. Everything else has to be true. And in fact, I don't think this one can be the lie. No, because that would make this true and this a lie. And then both the W's would have to be true. So this also can't be true. Oh, a lie. This is true. Oh, in fact, the double T thing. So, the fact that the first one is gray and the second one is yellow means it's colored wrong if these were both, if it was, just normal Wordle, right? The first one should be yellow, not the second one. So these can't both be true. One of them has to be a lie, which means this is true, which means that's a lie, this is true, which means that's a lie, and this is true. Okay, so there's no T, that's a lie. These are all true. So we have an I somewhere that's not third or fourth, and new letters otherwise. That's all we've got. So let's do, I don't know, pinch. Seems good. Okay, well, we know there's an I, so that's the lie. All right, well, still got an I and new letters. What do we want to do with that? We could do something like writer could be interesting. Again, we're repeating the R. Okay, well, so, I mean, it could be this, the IER, and new letters. So, giver is possible. Okay, well, we know there's an I, so these are all true, which means that's the lie there. Okay, so there is a green I. There's a V and an E. Something like this, maybe. And then new letters. Otherwise, it's VE like that. But then what's going to come between the I and the V? Or there could be another E. Sieve. Nice. There we go. All right. Well, I was trying lots of double letters, the double A, the double T, the double R, and we ended up having a double E in the answer. So that's the way it goes sometimes. There tends to be a lot of double letters in this game, I feel like, but it's also a good way to look for contradictions like the T thing here that we had. But not too bad. Got it in 6. That's about, not great, but not bad. So anyways, let me know how your solve went. And of course, be sure to subscribe for more.